Welcome back to another brand new episode here on E on the Mic. I am your host, E. Today we're going to go through the Miami Dolphins training camp, especially is coming up in a few days from now, especially veterans coming back on July 26th. Let's take a dive into the Dolphins training camp battles. I got six for you guys today, so let's start off with the first one, the main key one here, the running back position. Why do I say the running back position? Now, of course, if you look in the past, Miami Dolphins running back positions here, our star has mostly been Miles Gaskin, Sullivan Ahmed, as you might as well. Any Miami Dolphins fan has known in the past few years. Or maybe even Jay Ajayi and Lamar Miller in the past. We just haven't found that true running back that can keep us sustainable to be in the main position. Now, no further ado, Miami did add three, not one, not two, not three new running backs, especially they're well known in the league, such as the speedster Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds from the Arizona Cardinals, and Sony Michel, who played for the Patriots. They got traded to the Rams, and then Rams Super Bowl team, as he just really just won the ring there. Those are three great running backs for Miami to add, especially we've been looking for running backs there. I feel Mostert might get the start there over Chase Edmonds. That's going to be the main battle to see, especially throughout training camp. Sonny Michel is most likely to be our third down back there. Then you got to look at our bubble here. As once I said, Miles Gaskin, Sullivan Hammond, and you got Zadarius White. Why he's been impressive, especially in the OTAs. Can he do that also in the training camp as well? Main concerns there for Miles Gaskin and Sullivan Hammond. Can they make that fourth spot? Because they'll keep four. But the main question is, who will stay there? I feel Miles Gaskin can be in that spot right there. Miles Gaskin has shown that he wants to be there for Miami there, but it's going to be tough spots there, especially if you look at last season there. There was times where he looked great, and there was times where he depleted to the point where Duke Johnson was leading our back near the end of the season. So those are the main issues. Does Miles Gaskin want it enough to be the number four guy on the running back spots, or to split time with Sony Michel? That's gonna be the way to see there, and especially if they can even be in special teams, if they can get into the running back spots as well to get the snaps they want. Now we're going off from there to our other problem that we had last season was our offensive line. Our offensive line has improved a tad bit there. I want to say tad. I said more right there. Armstead getting Teron Armstead, which was a huge signing for Miami, especially last season. He's going to help Tua's blind side there. We got Connor Williams there to add our center there. And of course, we still got Robert Hunt, so Eichenberg for Notre Dame, and we have Austin Jackson. That's our starting five. Now, if you look at our backups now, you look at Dieter, who was our starter for our center for 8 games last season. You still got Greg Little. You still got Solomon Kinley. You still got two undrafted rookies that we got this year to compete for our offensive line. Now the main question is, who will be staying? It's the main question. I can see Greg Little staying for us. I think he was impressive, especially we got a trade from Carolina Panthers last season. Solomon Kinley might be another guy that stays there. And I feel like a sneaky undrafted might get in there as our backups. Call me crazy, but I feel that that might happen. It might happen. But that's part of the training camp, so you never know. You never know. But this could be interesting, especially the defensive line and the running back position. Especially those are the key things we needed, especially to order to run our offense. We're known for right now. We've been known for from last season. Great defense. Our offense has been shaky, especially with creating points. It comes through the line, protection on Tua, and create the run game, so we don't have to solely rely on the passing game. But speaking of the passing game, to our receivers now, we look at Tyreek Hill, the number one. We look at Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, and I like to call him Eric Easy from the University of Texas Tech. Now, I love those receivers right there. Those are going to be, I feel they're going to be the starting four. Starting three right there, obviously, is going to be Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, and Cedric Wilson. But I feel Eric Easy will especially be helpful in the special teams. And in case one of them has to take a break there or Cedric Wilson has to take a break, I feel he can be inserted in there as well. Now you start looking also in the bubble wise, you start looking at Preston Williams, who was on our squad since 2018, undrafted out of Colorado State, who had some signs of greatness in him, but injuries has prone them downwards on him. You start looking at Lynn Bowden Jr., for example. He's been great as well. He's been injury prone. And then you look at Austin Crab. River Craft. So you look at him, he came from a Mike McDaniel system there. That's why he's been brought into as well. And also you got to mention Devontae Denman, who was from the CFL. He was great at special teams there. That's going to be the main keys there. If they want to stay on this team, if we can keep 6 or 7 of them, they have to be pretty impressive on special teams to order to make it there. Now going to special teams there, speaking of special teams also, you look at that. You look at Demon in the mix. You look at Eric Easy in the mix. Noah, as I like to call him, IG in the mix. You also still got to look at Preston Williams. He has some experiences as well on special teams there, especially we cannot use Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill on those special teams unless we necessarily need to. I feel we should not have them on special teams. They're too valuable to lose, especially down the line of the season if we're trying to make a playoff push, especially how tough the AFC is. That's going to be the main question there on special teams. Who will be the punt returner? Who's going to be a kickoff returner? Those are the main questions. I really like Demon there. I've seen his tape. I really like what he does there, especially if we look at who else we have in the mix. Now there could be someone surprising. We may even see Preston Williams there. He has some a little bit of spark there as well. No IG. Lynn Bowden Jr. has some a little bit of spark there as well. I feel more as the punt returner wise, but Demon's been great, especially the kickoff returns there, and also the punt return there as well. So that's gonna be a nice little battle there on special teams. Now, if we start looking towards the defensive side of it, we look at our inside linebackers position. So, who's in our inside linebacker position? So, we got Jerome Baker, good old Baker. He's been great for us, especially against the run. He's been struggling a little bit on the pass game, but he's been solid right there. Elandon Roberts has been great. Our third round draftee, Channing Tindall, is a great pick from Miami there, especially he's great on the line. Great on the run game, excuse me, where you can go side to sideline right there. If you look at his tape there, he is a true deal to not mess with, especially in the pass rush and on the run game. Now, of course, has some struggles there on third downs and on coverages, on pass coverages there, but he is a great run stopper, and that's a guy we need in our linebacker positions. But then you look at our bubble. Who's in our bubble, you may ask? Monsoon is in our bubble. Duke Riley and Sam Igavani. Sam Igavani, I really truly love, especially last season there. Now he has shown some sparks there and then from last season, but I really feel he is too valuable to lose. Especially if we're looking at a training camp there, it's going to come down to those three there. I really favor right now Sam Igavani right there, just based off of last season. Duke Riley had some moments. I'm not saying he didn't. Munson, he had a little bit of moments there, not too much, though, however. But I really, really like Sam Igavani there. That's going to be a matchup to see, especially in our inside linebacker position. Those are going to be the keys right there, especially in this year's Dolphins training camp. And almost forgot. Who am I kidding? I almost forgot this main position right here. Also, the tight end position, especially if we're going to run, especially our I formation in this offense, which I feel Mike McDaniel will do, which is we're going to use our two tight ends positions right there. So let's start it off. Mike Gesicki, our main guy, who's on a franchise tag 1 year deal currently right now. Durham Smythe is another guy, especially that Mike Gesicki really want him to come back. That's our second guy right there. Hunter Long, our draftee that we drafted in 2021. He wasn't too much active there. If you notice from our games, he wasn't really too much active. He did. He may get a catch there and then, but he wasn't too much active. He was mostly on the injured reserve. I'm hoping to see an improvement from him this year, especially he is known, especially a complete tight end. Maybe, just maybe, could be a George Kittle. I'm not saying he will. I'm saying just from a blocking perspective there, or he could be even a Zach Ertz, especially he's great on the block and great in the passing game as well. He won't get you too much of yards after the catch, but he can get you some productive yardage, especially Tua is known to throw a lot of screen passes to the tight end. If you notice from last season alone, he loves throwing the dump passes to the tight ends, especially to Smith, a lot from last season. But you got to look at the bubble as always. You look at Carter in there, Adam Shaheen, and the Lockshot Tanner. Now, you look at all those three players right there. Who are you really to bank on if you're going to have a four tight end? I really like Carter there. He can give you the block and he can give you special team effort there as well. You look at Adam Shaheen, he's been on the downgrade, hasn't living up to the moment there, especially coming from that trade from the Bears there. Now that's gonna be the main key issue there. Can he make it through? Those are gonna be an interesting battle there. But those are the battles right there that you're gonna look for, especially if you ever go to the Miami Dolphins training camp this year, which I will be there. I will tell you guys date when I will be there. If you guys want to see me there and talk about Miami or NFL, whichever you would like to talk about, right there on the spot there as we're watching the training camp. And this is gonna be a great. I hope this is gonna be a great season for Miami. There, we went 9-8 last season. I most likely have them there as well. But if we can make the playoffs, that will be great. Especially, I'm excited for this team there. Looks great on paper. The main question is, can they do it on the field? Those are always my same questions I always ask myself every off season. But until then, guys, I will see you guys on the next video when we talk about our top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Until then, have a great day, guys. I will see you on the next video. Until then, take care.